Hello, welcome back to the Just for Fun podcast. Got a guest today. We got my boy Vlaz. It's been a long time. I think it's been probably 4, 5 months since we've done a recording last. It's been quite a while. The last one we had an episode with Pow on it as well. And so if you guys want to kind of get a refresher on some topics, we have that episode out. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about uh, kind of like a mix of things. We're going to do social media, and we're going to talk about some gaming and kind of like what we've been doing in our lives. So yeah, I'll kind of start with asking how you been, man. What's been new?
I've been pretty good. Um, Usually just um, sorry about that.
No,
I've
you're
been good. Just been kind of working on a new job, at the grocery store. Um, and just been kind of working on my channel too. So it's been a been pretty good for this week.
Oh, nice. There you go. Yeah, I've been checking out the videos that you've been posting, and I'm liking it. You're trying to change up the content a little bit, so I think that's always a fun thing to do. It's pretty cool.
Definitely. Like on my channel, I'm trying to switch like to doing voiceovers. So that's like one thing I really want to do.
Okay.
um, just talking about topics of about like anime. So I've been switching content like that lately, and it's been doing pretty well.
That's good. I mean, I'm glad that it's doing well and people are still, wanting to tune in and everything. Because I know with YouTube, it's so finicky. It's like people. I've seen tons of videos of like people wanting to switch their content and they like they don't want to branch out to something different because they're like afraid. And I don't blame them because I kind of was the same way when I started making content. It was mainly doing like a podcast and you know then I started branching off to like gaming and like vlogs and whatever. And so it's cool that people are still tuning in, and I'm guessing you're getting like more, new people and stuff too, which is always nice.
Oh yeah, I've been getting like new people, new subscribers on my videos lately. I think my old videos are kind of popping off just because I've been getting a lot of new comments from that.
Oh,
Um, yeah, it's honestly awesome, to see like there's actually like an anime community out there watching my videos, which is awesome.
oh yeah. I mean, that's super cool, man, that you got that following and they like tune into your videos every time you upload. um I was gonna ask, so you're doing voiceovers, so that's kind of like a new territory for you. Um, are you planning on continuing voiceovers like as like an every now and then thing? Or are you trying to do that as like your main kind of content from now on?
I've been kind of thinking about doing like every so often, so like maybe once a month or so, just
Okay.
because they're kind of like they take time to really make. Um, just to like talk about what certain things you want to use on the video. Um, so yeah, it's just basically just once in a while, but my main focus is on the edits, to be honest.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you'll have to teach me some different like editing stuff, cuz I mean I don't edit much of my videos. I guess what I do is I usually just, if there's parts that need to be cut out, like that's the only thing I kind of edit. If like things need to be removed completely or just shortened down or whatnot. But as far as like actual editing, I need to actually start doing that because at least in like the gaming videos and stuff. I mean, we've talked about it before. I like kind of like the raw like recordings, and so especially with like podcasting, I think it's kind of fun having just basic editing, like nothing crazy, and just having like it go with the flow. But like with gaming, especially when I'm doing like solo videos, which I've done two of recently, I feel like I either should add background music or possibly like edit it in some like funny like things to it, to make it a little more entertaining cuz sometimes when I'm playing I get quiet and so, I want to make it a little more entertaining for people, something better to watch.
Oh, definitely. Um, yeah, like, adding like a funny moment or like, like some effects that like, makes your video stand out there.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, definitely, man. I mean, I don't mind showing you how to edit.
That'd be dope, man. Yeah, we'll do that soon and hopefully I can start implementing that on some future videos. I mean, I could probably start the process this month and then hopefully by the end of the month or beginning of next month have like a different kind of video out there with some more editing. Like I just want to start off kind of basic, just like here and there throw some like random little edits in and kind of see how I like it and stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, I'll move on to the next topic that you had suggested. You wanted to talk about social media, like specifically like TikTok and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take a dive into that. I'll let you kind of start off with what you were wanting to talk about with that.
So I'm kind of thinking about TikTok and Instagram. In my opinion, I would say like social media does have its ups and downs. That in Instagram, you could post whatever you want. There's a lot of good, funny videos out there, and Instagram, you can follow your friends, of course, even if they're really far away. But I would say sometimes Instagram has its negative. Um, let's see.
What kind of negatives?
Well, the negatives I would say is usually, not sure if this still happens, but like cyberbullying.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, you know, or like sometimes people will post like, for example, people will post like, let's just say a house or like a car, one of those fancy cars like a Lamborghini or a McLaren, and they say that it's theirs, but it's all a lie just to make other people feel a certain way of themselves. And I would say those are kind of like the bad things about social media.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure. I
definitely that's
I 100% agree. Yeah. I'd have to say like my take on social media is if, you know, if you know that certain things people will post will kind of like possibly hit home with you, like maybe in a bad way or a good way. Mostly like if you think about it in like a bad way, like where it kind of affects somebody, right? Like so somebody can post something like you were saying, and they can kind of do like a thing where it's like they're maybe bragging or they're showing off like their luxury lifestyle, and then it like makes people feel a certain way. um I feel like that's the kind of content you want to avoid. Like you want to just like completely block it out. you know um Unfortunately, with social media you have to see like negative articles and sad things, and like even if you don't per se follow certain accounts like that, other people might like it or repost it, so it might pop up in your feed, or even your own friends or family might post something like that, and it's kind of like learning how to um I guess distance yourself. Like, I mean, even if you need to take like a break, from social media, like I highly recommend it. Like, I'm gonna do that here shortly because I I just mindlessly scrolled through social media for like no reason, and I'll just be seeing these like posts that I'm just like, really? Do I need to be seeing this? Like, this isn't helping me in any way, or it's just super negative, and it can really bring somebody down. It's just it sucks, you know. I just wish it wasn't that way.
Oh, definitely. I feel like for the past years, social media is definitely taking control of people's lives sometimes. Like lifestyles, I guess. I would say people usually use social media just to post certain things just to make other people feel bad. For example, like you said, if they see like a post that you don't like they repost it, how does that make you feel? And they're gonna feel a certain way. And I guess in my opinion, I feel like social media, you know, it's good sometimes just to post certain things, like, good views or like taking pictures. But I mean, Instagram and like TikTok, like I said, TikTok too, it's kind of the same thing. But in TikTok, you meet lots of people, lots and lots of people. And sometimes they act like a certain way that others people don't like, or there's some really like nice people that are like streamers, of course. Um, it just kind of has like a 50-50 on people, really. Like,
Oh
if there's
yeah.
some good people or like some bad people in those platforms, which, you know, I could see, I could see the reason why I guess like Instagram and TikTok has like a policy that you need to be a certain age
Yep.
to be able to make an account, I believe.
Yeah, I mean that's like most social medias, I believe. I mean, with TikTok and Instagram and Twitter, they have like I think more strict guidelines on those because some of the things that will pop up on the feed or whatever. But yeah, I mean like you know I don't know. I haven't had like a huge problem with Instagram personally. Like that's just me. Um, I'd say my biggest problems with social media was probably Twitter and TikTok. Twitter was just filled with negativity. It was filled with like I'm really into music, right? So I would follow
Hmm.
these music accounts and they would like give their opinions on music, right? And it's like sometimes I don't agree with it, whatever. It's their opinion. I can't change that. Sometimes they have an opinion that matches mine. I'm like, "Okay, that's dope." But like the negative comments that I would see people posting on that person's like tweet is just like insane. Like people just go crazy with wanting attention and like posting everything negative and just saying like, "Oh, you're a crappy person," or like, "Your opinion sucks," or "It doesn't matter." And it's like, "Oh my gosh, dude, just chill out." Like, can people not post like opinions on certain things anymore? Like, it's just music. You don't need to take it like to that extreme level. Like, all he's saying is he likes this album for this reason and doesn't like the album because of this reason. It's nothing like crazy. Everybody can have their own opinion. And so
Oh, definitely.
I had to distance myself from Twitter. I don't even use it anymore for my channel. The Just for Fun podcast. I don't even have like Twitter on my phone. Like I don't use it anymore. Um, and then with TikTok, my biggest complaint is just how everybody like hops on the same bandwagon. I guess like they just copy all the trends. They do all the same shit, and it's just like I don't know. It just kind of ruins it because everybody's doing the same thing and they're doing it for the clicks. And I understand. I mean, everybody does that at some point, but it just gets really annoying seeing the same thing over and over by like 50 different people or whatever. And that's probably my biggest complaint with TikTok is just everybody likes to copy everybody because they have nothing better to do.
Oh, definitely. And I guess there's like one other thing I would like to add on that.
Sure.
Um, Sometimes I feel like trends, like you said, I would say usually on Instagram and TikTok, people will post trends that can actually be pretty bad. Like, you remember, I don't know if you remember this, but there was like a trend where you eat like a Tide Pod.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Yeah. Yep. That was dangerous.
Yeah, and as a trend like that, people think, oh yeah, they're gonna get a bunch of views, which some do, just some of them, but that can lead to that can really like mess up your body, or it could actually kill you.
Yeah,
Um, or there was another trend I forgot, but it was like a trend where I think you have to put like ice and like salt in your hand, and apparently it burns you,
that sounds
something
about
like
right.
that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm not quite sure.
There was a trend like that, and many kids had to go to the hospital due to that trend,
Oh
just because
man.
they had like a first degree burn in it.
See, here's the problem with that though. I mean I do have a problem with certain trends, right? Like people shouldn't be doing that, but we can't control what people are going to do. So it's other
Hmm.
people's jobs to not encourage it or to not like promote it or let it get popular, right? Like and like other people like they should know better, you know? And I'm mainly saying like the older people like that are a little more grown up. I understand that like when you're younger, things are more appealing to you and so like, you know, you're going to want to follow like what other people do. So like I can't say for them to just not do it. It's not that easy for everybody, but like it just that's why they like want better guidelines and rules with social media because it's like as you see there's been so many bad trends and then the young people follow that trend and then they end up dying or they hurt themselves and it's just so sad to see. And some of them, you know, they might know better and some of them might not, you know. It just you never really know with who it is and what age, but yeah, it's just it's really upsetting when you hear about those trends and they're just terrible. It's just very upsetting.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd say that is another really big negative, especially on like TikTok because everybody uses TikTok. So it's kind of like one of those things where people are going to want to copy, you know?
Yeah, and I guess one good thing about those two platforms, like you said earlier, they're very good if you especially want to promote certain stuff like your own music, or I guess if you have like a YouTube channel or like a Twitch. It's a really good platform to promote your stuff, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Just because you get the video you post can get into like algorithms, and who knows, like people can share it out to their friends or to their parents, you know?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think TikTok right now is the biggest social media platform, has been for the last 2 to 3 years, in my opinion. And I do feel like it has the most pull on like, you know, meaning like, you know, majority of people see it, like they'll see it or they'll use it, and it's the most successful. It's definitely the easiest way to I guess get your name out there. I mean, so many artists within the last 2 to 3 years, they posted a TikTok of their song, like a snippet or the whole song, went viral, blew up. Now they're massive, and it's just
Oh
like
yeah.
it's crazy because I've seen some of these artists like they were nothing, and then they become massive just because of TikTok, and like I like that. I think that's really cool. I think it's a cool tool to use for people who want to grow community, and they're passionate about what they're doing. And you know, as long as they're good people, in my opinion, and they're doing it for like a good reason, I'm all for that. You know?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Um, I did want to bring up another topic. This is completely different. It's not social media related, but it's actually about gaming. Um,
Hmm.
It's about the new Call of Duty. Got to talk about that. Black Ops 6. It is it is blowing up. Like I mean, it's Call of Duty, so it's always going to be in your face, but this year in particular, I have seen nothing but Call of Duty videos all over my TikTok, and I'm not even following any accounts. Like I'm not following anybody that I don't know except for like friends mainly, And like it's crazy because that's how the algorithm's working so well with Call of Duty. Like um it's just getting out there. I keep seeing these funny TikToks of people like they're at work and they take a video of themselves and then they say like, you know, I can't get Black Ops 6 out of my brain and it's playing like the title screen music and it's just so funny because it's so relatable and it's all honestly like a good game. Like people are really enjoying it this time around and it's cool to see like COD actually make a comeback because they were struggling for like I think the last 3 or 4 years. Their COD games were just not very good. People were not happy.
Well, definitely, man. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of happy for like Call of Duty for like the Call of Duty industry to do better. In this game particularly, just because for the past, like I said, well, like you said, 3 to 4 years, they've been through. I mean, they've been struggling. Um, you know, the other games weren't that good, and like Call of Duty Ghost, that wasn't really a good one in my opinion.
It was okay. It was mediocre, and I'm
Um,
gonna get a lot of hate for that, but it was not a great game in my opinion.
it wasn't the best.
It was like a maybe a 6.5 out of 10.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but like I've been seeing a lot of people like playing that game recently,
Oh,
which is awesome because people that were the OGs in Call of Duty are, they definitely love to see new players enjoying the new COD. Um, COD is like guessing it's like a revival or their whole games are like or this new like Call of Duty game is like blowing up to the point like many OGs are playing it.
yeah. Yeah, it's bringing a lot of people back. There's a lot of people the last few years that were either not wanting to play the new CODs or they were playing it but not enjoying it. And this one finally, like, even a lot of YouTubers and streamers who are huge COD people, like, they gave up on COD and they're coming back to it because it's that good. They
Oh
they
yeah.
took more time and more effort on this COD and they made it more enjoyable and they started listening a little bit better with feedback and I think it was a mix of just them taking more time and them listening a little bit more and then bringing back kind of like the roots of what people want. They want boots on the ground. They don't want no futuristic stuff. They don't want, World War like old school. They just want a modern Call of Duty game that brings back nostalgic feelings but also has some newer things, and that's what they did. And they just came out with the first season, season 1 launch today and I'm gonna hop on probably today or tomorrow and see how it is. But everybody's been saying so far it's incredible. So it's exciting to finally um, have it come back. Because as an OG COD player myself, I've been playing COD since man I can't even remember like probably I officially started I think on the original Modern Warfare 3 I think. Um, but I did have a lot of friends like get me hooked on like Modern Warfare 2 and like Black Ops and stuff. And so um, I've been playing COD for years and it's crazy how far it's came and like how many people are still around too.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Um, yeah, I mean, I've been playing since when I was a kid. Black Ops 2 is like my favorite all time.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, honestly, like you said, not like old school, but like something like nostalgic plus like something that's not too advanced, but like is like kind of out there.
Right.
Um, because well, not the old CODs, but like the CODs that didn't do well, they had like some weird advanced even like new weapons that were just kind of like out there. Um, even I actually checked on Twitch, like maybe like a couple months to a year ago that not many people weren't streaming Call of Duty,
Nope,
unfortunately.
they weren't.
It was just it was just kind of like a dead game, I have to say, really, back then.
Yeah, it was definitely becoming obsolete, and like I remember seeing that too. And even earlier this year, before Black Ops 6 came out, I mean, Call of Duty was not really relevant in my opinion. It wasn't really popping off like it once was. People were still playing Modern Warfare 3, the new Modern Warfare 3, because that was the newest COD until Black Ops 6 came out. But yeah, I mean, the last time, in my opinion, Call of Duty popped off this hard was probably when Advanced Warfare came out or Ghosts in that time frame, which was years ago. I mean, those games came out a long time ago. And
Oh yeah.
those games, arguably to some people, were still really good. I personally did not like Advanced Warfare. I liked Ghosts more, but I still didn't like it enough. And I mean, personally, the ones after that weren't good either. I mean, they came out with Infinite Warfare, which was terrible. They came out with what was it? It was well, Call of Duty 4 remastered. That was good, obviously. Um, they came out with World War II, and then they came out with oh my gosh, Cold War, which a lot of people liked but didn't like. I thought it was okay. It was starting
Oh
to get
yeah.
in the direction that it needed to go. And then after that, I can't even remember the order. Then I think it was like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and then yeah. So I don't know. They're making a comeback, and hopefully they can continue with the next game if there is another game, or they just continue with this game and make it really good.
Yeah, like kind of like keep it that way,
Yeah,
like listen to their community.
exactly. I mean, that's kind of all they need to do, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Well, was there anything else you wanted to bring up before we wrap up?
Um, not really,
Not
not
really.
much right now.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Well, I guess it's been the Just for Fun podcast, and thank you guys for tuning in. And I'm glad I was able to get my friend on again. And I guess until next time,
All right,
uh,
peace
see you
out.
later. Bye.